Hi, team. Happy Friday. All right, so let's talk about what we're doing today. So, tonight for homework, you're going to read Act 3, Scene 1, and you're going to work on log number 4. And you're actually going to have some time to do that in class today. So, hopefully, you can go into the weekend with not really having any work to do. Right, so today we're going to do expectations. Then we're going to watch Act 2, Scenes 4 through 6. That'll take us about 8 minutes. And then you're going to have time to work on log number 4. All right, so here's what we're going to see happening. So Mercutio and Benvolio, remember Mercutio is Romeo's best friend and Benvolio is Romeo's cousin. So they're hanging out and they're joking about how Romeo didn't come home, right? So then Benvolio drops the news that Tybalt challenged Romeo to a duel. He sent a letter to Romeo's house and was like, "Bro, I want to fight you." And Mercutio starts making fun of Tybalt. In the middle of that, Romeo arrives, and Mercutio gets mad at him for leaving him behind. Romeo says that he really needed to, and they start making sex jokes, right? Because of course, if Romeo leaves and spends the night out and nobody knows where he is, of course they're going to assume that he's getting some from some girl, right? So they're making all these jokes, and the nurse arrives, and she pulls Romeo aside, and she says that he better not cheat on Juliet. And Romeo promises that he won't, and he says that if Juliet can find, an excuse to get to the church, they'll get married in secret. The nurse returns home and she and Juliet have this whole conversation, and she's basically just making jokes about how cute Romeo is and how she's had such a long trip and blah blah blah. And she's not really telling Juliet what Romeo said, and Juliet's getting super frustrated. So finally the nurse tells Juliet that Romeo wants to marry her. Yay. And then they get married, right? So you can go ahead and watch that scene and then come back here and we'll talk about your log. Okay, so for log 4, we're going to be kind of talking about Romeo and Juliet's relationship. So I want to remind you, this is not even 24 hours after they first met. Okay, so they met, they kissed 3 minutes later, right? Then an hour after that, Juliet or Romeo climbed Juliet's balcony and they said, "I love you" to each other. And now it's the next morning and they're going to get married. Okay, let's just be really, really clear about the timeline here. So now that you know that they get married, how would you describe their love? Is it true love? Is it just a crush? Is it somewhere in between? Is it just I don't know, kind of being a teenager, when you see somebody cute? What's going on here? So you're going to describe their love. And then I want to know if you think they're choosing a wise course of action by getting married in secret, and why or why not you think that. And I would like you to use evidence to support your position there, right? And you can put that in your own words. You don't have to go back to the text. But if you tell me, yes, they're choosing a wise course of action, or no, they're not choosing a wise course of action because blah, 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 you should be talking about stuff that happens in the play, right? This is how you know that it's a smart course of action or not. And then we want to ask you to kind of think about how things could have been different. So what would have happened if they got married in public instead of in secret? And what would have happened if they had dated instead of getting married right away, right? So we're going to work on a log. Remember, if you want full points, your log needs to be 10 sentences. If it is less than that, you will only get the amount of points for the sentences that you have. So if you only wrote 5 sentences, you're only going to get 5 points. All right, just be super, super clear. If you run into trouble, let me know.